I'm Emma Catherwood and I play Adele. I like the idea of a character, although it's a teen horror movie, it was quite nice to have a character who comes from a relationship that has a history of abuse. I think it's quite interesting that there was that depth to it. So you think of women who have been abused, who live in abusive relationships. The difference here is that instead of kind of being a victim of the abuse, she's she feeds the abuse. Sam was great to work with because Sam's from a theatre background and yet he totally comes across on film like he was born there, which is which is a bit envious for somebody. I think I find that quite. I was like, oh my god, it's a very rare quality to have, and he just makes it look so easy. Everything that he does, I would watch him and he would just make it look so easy, and he didn't come across stylized as you think that some people in theatre would do, perhaps doing film. He came across really, really natural, and it was quite cool to watch. And then Billy, she was just great. She was really laid back, really into the script, and she worked incredibly hard. I mean, 'cause she had to carry the whole film pretty much, and she worked more than anyone else, and she did work incredibly hard. The rehearsal period was a blessing, I think. I don't know very many people, especially for such a small budget film, they get a director who really fights for that one. I mean, David really fought for a week where we could all get together and he could work with us as couples, individually and as a group, and we all benefited from it as a result. Also, Luke and I got to work on our relationship and how our relationship is together, how we maybe stick on a facade for other people, that we try to bring them into our drug-fueled, abusive, hedonistic side of life. Being in Romania was quite difficult because we were in our cocoon. And although the work was hard, it was incredibly hard work. And working with different crew members, and some members of the crew were English, other members of the crew were Romanian. And I think there was a tension that was caused through that. And yet at the same time, we had great fun. We really did. The whole thing. Everyone bonded, everyone worked together. It was a really cohesive environment where you felt like you were nurtured and where everyone felt you were cared for, really. And I think that's what a good crew does, and a good director and a good producer like Susie and David managed to gather people together who gelled well. The environment in Romania itself was quite a hard place to be, with all the kids starving and prostitution on the street everywhere you looked. But we managed somehow to pull each other through it as a group, not just the actors but also the crew, and that was very much needed for 6 weeks in a strange country.